Hey, how's everybody doing? It's the Fading Fire. Wow. I was doing a series of duels. Wait, before I start the commentary, I just want to tell you guys that we need to switch up where we do PvP. Because I don't know if I'm the only one, but I'm kind of tired of just sitting in the same damn spot. You know, summoning the same people. Summoning the same people is fine because I like fighting. You know, people who have a specific type of play style, or they switch it up. But fighting in that same damn spot is really starting to get boring. So I went here because I see signs here sometimes when I go through my New Game Pluses. So I was like, let me step in here for the switch up of scenery. But as it got later on in the night, the signs just slowly disappeared. Now, as you guys are looking at the video, you might be wondering to yourself, like, why the hell? I just got side parried with a medium shield. It's a sad day. But you guys, might be wondering, why the hell am I holding a great club and a great axe? Well, while I was playing a series of duels with a friend of mine, he was telling me I was pretty good at the game. I said, hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. But when he started telling me, like, oh man, I need to get better at doing this, I need to get better at doing that, I just realized that the stuff he was saying he needed to get better at is kind of the stuff people do averagely, on a regular, I would say. So, and it really started to get me thinking, am I really a good player, or am I just good at doing the shit that is average, or the stuff that is normally done? I mean, I got a parry there, okay, that's cool, but I got a parry with a Cestus. I mean, that's not really that impressive. Because they have very large parry frames, and you can kind of just parry spam with no type of punishment. I mean, was it a parry? Yes, but was it impressive? Not really. It was just average. So I started to think, I don't really do anything too out of the ordinary. I don't really dual wield. I don't really fat roll. I don't really dual wield with heavy weapons. I don't do anything, don't really implement kicks a lot, don't really implement the backsteps a lot. I might win a lot of duels, right? That might be true, but am I really implementing styles that are used or are not used regularly? Not really. Am I just using the average shit that everybody does, but I might be a little better at it than some people? Yes, but is it really that impressive? No. I was thinking to myself, that's kind of like somebody just walking up to you. Say you're just walking down the street. Somebody walks up to you and he says, hey man, I'm pretty good at walking. And your response would be, well, everybody's good at walking, because it's just the general consensus of what you should do in life is walk. So somebody comes up to you and be like, hey man, I'm good at walking, I'm good at breathing. Well, it's not really that hard to be good at those things. So, so as I was thinking to myself, I'm pretty good at roll catching. Well, rolls are pretty hard to catch in this game, but I'll sit there with a Karthus curse sword and be like, hey man, I'm pretty good at roll catching. Well, it's not really that hard to do that with that specific weapon. I try to roll catch with a great club or a great axe, that's more impressive. Or, I'll sit there and say, hey man, I'm pretty good at parrying with the Cestus. Well, that's not really that impressive. What would be more impressive is, hey man, I can parry with a Scimitar. I'll be like, whoa, I need to see this dude play some more. So, my win percentage is very high, but am I doing anything really spectacular? Not really, man. I realize that today. So I realize that I'm not a good player. I'm just good at doing average shit. and I think that is a very big difference. In my personal opinion, I think you're a good player when you make something work, you know, or you make something viable that the community, you know, for the most part thinks is not good at all. So, you know, you run around with the Reinforced Club and you're doing work with it, even though not even half, most of the community is like, well, that's a pretty shit weapon. But you're going around putting in work with the Reinforced Club, and you know, you're implementing all these styles that people are saying are useless. You know, people are saying backsteps are useless, and you're finding different ways to implement the backstep and make it good. That's when you're a good player, in my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion. You know, if you consider being good, you know, doing the average things such as pairing with Acestus or you know, just pressing R1 and catching somebody in their rolls, that's fine. But I'm holding myself to my own personal standard. I don't know why you just stood there and let me kind of pancake him like that. I don't know why you did that, but so, you know, I'm holding myself to my own personal standard, and today I figured out to myself that I'm not really a good player in my own personal standard. I'm just good at doing average shit. So, I mean, I like to win, but what I like more than winning is being good, or, you know, not even being good, or just being proficient at every type of playstyle and everything that you can use in this game. That is what I consider a good player. So, an overall, you know, just well-rounded player is a good player to me. And with that being said, I'm gonna start hopping out of my comfort zone. So I'm gonna start dual wielding, I'm gonna start backstepping, I'm gonna start practicing with the fat roll. I mean, I'm gonna start doing it all because I want to be a good player. And to be a good player, my own personal standard means that I have to start doing the things that aren't of the norm. And another thing I want to get good at is realizing where I am on other people's screens and being able to step out of their attacks and out of their phantom range and being able to pressure without rolling. That's one thing I want to get really good at because it seems like it could be really useful. So if you see me trying to space myself out, and I kind of just take an attack to the face because I'm trying to step in, but he's already swinging his weapon, well, sometimes you'll get away with it because you're not necessarily in that range of the weapon due to latency and stuff like that. So if you see me kind of take a hit to the face because I spaced it out wrong, I'm just trying to get good with that tactic because I never use it. I just roll. And rolling is good and everything, but it's not really that hard to do, to be honest. Rolls cost little to no stamina. You can roll like 8 to 9 times and still do a swing. So I want to find different ways that's not of the norm and of average play styles, which average play styles are good, but I just want to try new things that are not normal to see. So, you know, well, and you guys might be used to seeing me winning a lot of my past few commentaries since I got pretty good at doing things that are of average playstyles. But now that I want to implement these new things into my game, you're gonna see me lose more than usual, which is, you know, fine. When you're trying something new, you don't really have the expectation to win every single time, which winning isn't that much of a necessity to me. Not really a necessity at all, as I said before. I just want to be good, and to be good in my own personal standard is you need to be real proficient at using all type of playstyles and tactics. So if somebody says, hey man, that weapon's kind of boo-boo, I'm like, well, I'm gonna try it out myself, and then if I can't make it viable, then I must not be that good of a player. Because a good player is a game-changing player, so they can change the game of what everybody else thinks. So So if somebody says, hey man, dual wield is really not that effective in this game, don't use it. A good player will sit there and say, hey, that's not true. I can use dual wield effectively and show people on numerous occasions that the dual wield can be effective in many situations. I mean, so that's what I'm striving for. I'm striving to be a good player and not just use the average stuff on, you know, a better degree than most people, which is fine. You know, if that's the way you want to play, that's completely fine. But that's not the way that I want to play, and I'm gonna start trying to get better at these very odd tactics that you don't see around much. And I'm prepared to do a lot of losing. As I said before, when you're trying out new things, just expect to lose, and it's alright. As long as you get something out of it at the end of the fight, that's all that really matters. So in my next couple of uploads, you'll see me dual wielding a lot. You'll see me, you know, trying to spell cancel. I'll be trying to learn that. You'll see me, you know, trying to roll less and just try to see where their phantom range is and see if I can step out of their hits. You'll see me try to do all of that, and this will result in me losing much more than usual. But hey, it comes with the game, and it comes with trying to get better, and that's all I'm really trying to do at the end of this game. At the end of this game's life, you know, when Dark Souls 3 is all over, maybe FromSoft comes out with another game, I can sit there and say, hey man, I tried out everything. I tried out absolutely everything. I tried out absolutely every type of playstyle, every weapon, every spell, and I made it as viable as I could. And I made a couple people see that this weapon or this spell was actually not as bad as they thought. That is my biggest dream, you could say, and that is what I will be coming for in the end of this. So I mean, that's what I'm going for, and hopefully you guys can stand me losing a little bit more than I usually do on my videos, because it's taking some use. You know, I'm trying to get used to the tactics. I'm trying to get used to the new things. See, I try to space that. I try to space out that phantom range, but that Murakumo has some sick ass phantom range on it, so I didn't get the timing correctly, and for that I died. And I'll get used to dying, and I'll get used to the phantom range on that weapon and trying to space it out correctly so I won't have to roll, and I'll be able to immediately punish off of the attack. I mean, but this is what we're going for, guys. We're going to be great, going to be good, and I'm ready for the journey, and I'm ready to get my ass kicked, but at the end of this, I'll be a better player. That's all I got for you guys for this video. Until the next one.